So then they were saying you're Fireman Dan. So what's that all about?
I'm actually a firefighter for Joplin, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
I've been there for 10 years.
Oh, nice.
You know, that's kind of weird that I'm known as Fireman Dan. That's really weird.
Yeah. So Cindy, her friend suggested we stay with Fireman Dan. So then she told
Laura.
Laura.
Laura
That's it.
Jolly, yeah.
And Rick that we stayed with last night. So she had. When did she stay here?
Laura?
Yeah,
Last
was it
year?
last year?
Last
Okay.
year, yeah.
I was a volunteer firefighter for a long time
Yeah?
in New Mexico,
Yeah.
and Cindy's a EMT.
Oh, rock on.
So we're
Um,
good company.
Yeah.
So you're on the it's a paid department or
Yeah. Yeah, it's a full-time paid department.
for the city or a
for the city of Joplin, which
And-
is like 30 miles due south.
okay. And are you firefighter?
I am a driver.
Driver.
Driver engineer.
Cool. Nice.
Yep. I'm full-time on the rescue.
Oh, so you're EMT also.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we do like you pick up your phone in Joplin and you call 911, the fire department will show up, regardless of what the call is.
Okay.
Cat stuck in a tree, water line busted in my house.
Is it the city limit range or do you mutual aid?
Yeah, yeah. We do mutual aid with outside departments, but it's only if they call for us. It's not like an automatic thing.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so, how do you have a lot of bikes over there?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just.
Yeah, we can go in there if you want.
How did you? And okay, there's one touring bike back there.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into touring?
So
That's
I work with a guy, Mark, which you'll meet him here after a bit. He and I went to the fire academy and the EMT school together. And I didn't know it at the time, but he was part owner in a cycle shop in Joplin. And then I get hired on at Joplin, and a couple of years later, he calls me up. He says, "Hey, I got hired on at Joplin. Did you get a job anywhere?" I'm like, "Yeah, I work at Joplin." He's like, "Oh my God." So we started hanging out, and then one thing leads to another, and we're working together. And he's like, "Dude, you should come ride with us." And the wife and I are going on a bike trip. I'm like, I don't know.
Were you a cyclist already?
I
or?
was not.
Oh, you weren't. Not. You didn't even ride bikes, or?
No, I mean, just like kid growing up, but
Yeah, and now you have a ton of bikes.
yeah.
So what was that first trip?
We went to Peddler's Jamboree. It runs out of Columbia, Missouri, and rides towards Boonville, and it's pretty much a 30-mile drink fest.
And stumble into the tent at the
Mhm.
end, or
Yep.
so it's an overnight thing too.
Oh yeah, yep.
Okay.
They've got live bands and fireworks at night, and a bunch of vendors, food vendors, cycling vendors. Patagonia is there.
Oh wow, it's big. A lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands.
Thousands. Yeah, probably. I think this year was the slowest year they had, and it was like 2,800 people.
And then what got you? You're right on. Well, you're 1.2 miles south of the Trans Am route,
Yes.
right at the Kansas
Yes.
Missouri border.
So weird story. There's an old gas station you passed up there.
Yeah.
I used to work at that gas station, and every summer, like spring to fall, cyclists would just come through, and they'd stop at the store. They'd stay there for a few hours, and then they'd go on. I'm like, it's a weird spot to just out be riding. And some of them were local, some of them were from across the pond or whatever.
Like, what are all these bikes doing?
Yeah, and I've lived here for 8 or 9 years now, and it wasn't until like 2 years ago I'm flipping through Facebook and I was like, cyclists across Kansas. I'm like, okay. So I started following her, and then I seen her post looking for a place to stay. These are my 3 destination stops. So I messaged her, and she's like, you need to check out Warm Showers.
Yeah.
And she was my first guest. It was that cycling chick. She did a moneyless tour.
That cycling chick. Do you know her name?
Carolina.
Huh.
I don't know how to
Now,
pronounce
is
her
she
last
around the
name.
world or cross country?
She did a cross-country tour.
Yeah. And that was 3 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, she was the first one that signed our guest book. And she left her like little that cycling chick
Oh, cool.
card and everything.
And how many do you get? You probably get inundated with requests.
Not as much as I would think, or would, like, I would think I'd be just hammered with requests all the time being this
Well,
close to
you're
the
not
Trans
like
Am.
right in town. Ideally, I mean,
Yeah.
you want to be like walking distance to a grocery store.
Yeah, but that's why I offer like a ride to town to resupply. Mark, if I can't get him to come over to work on a repair or whatever for you guys, I will take you and your bike to the shop for no charge, just because.
Super cool.
Yeah, I'm just kind of, one of these days I'm gonna need a repair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a flat tire on the side of the road somewhere.
Well, cool. Well, thanks. That's
Yeah.
It's good to meet you, and
Yeah,
thanks for letting me do that.
no problem, man.
This is Moose.
Say hi, Moose.
Say hi, Moose.
My daughter has 2 corgis, but they actually like the water.
Everybody just wants to say hi.